Welcome to MScience TV. We are going to study the chemistry, and we are going to start by teaching you the terms that are used many times in the chemistry. So I'm going to help you to differentiate them. But before I teach you the meaning, the full meaning of chemistry, and also in this video I teach you the term called matter, and other terms I will teach you them for the next video. So those terms, as you see, are matter, atoms, element, molecule, and compounds. So chemistry is the study of matter, its properties, composition, and structure, the transformations they undergo, and the energy that is released or absorbed during these processes. So simply, the chemistry is a study of the science of matter, properties of matters, composition of matter, and the structure of matter, and even the transformation they undergo, or the energy that are released or absorbed. So about those energy released or absorbed, for example, when you are burning the matter, it means that process, it releases the energy. That's the reason why the surrounding become hot. But for the example of the processes that absorb the energy, it's like a photosynthesis. The photosynthesis, it requires the energy to happen. So for the matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. So it means that all things that surround us and has mass and also occupies the space, we call them matter. So matter, it has the composition. So it means that the matter is composed by atoms or molecules. But those atoms and molecules, because they are too small, it can't be seen by using the naked eyes. So, and also we have the state of matter, like solids, liquids, and gases. Those are the common state that we have in chemistry. So the difference between those states, solids has defined shape and volume, and their particles are tightly packed. It means that the particles of the solids, they are not free to move. For the liquids, also they have defined volume, but it takes the shape of the container. It means that the liquids, they take the shape of the container. Like when you put the water in the bucket, so water takes the shape of that bucket. So about the particles of the liquids, their particles also, they are closed but cannot move. It means that the particles of the liquids, they are not free to move. Also, they are closed. But for the gases, they don't have defined shape or volume, and also the particles of the gases are spread out and move freely. So it means that the particles of the gases, they are not tightly packed or closed. That's the reason why they can be spread out and free to move. For the plasma also, it is a state, but the common state, as I said, we have is the solids, liquids, and gases. But for the plasma, it's when it happens, when or it is formed, when the gas is ionized. It means that when the gas is heated at high temperature, it undergoes or it changed in the state called plasma. It's when the gases ionized and form ions, like the proton ions or the electrons ions. And also there is plasma don't have defined shape or volume. So about the properties of the matter, you have two properties. You have physical properties and chemical properties. Physical properties, the characteristics that can be observed or measured without changing the substance. Those characteristics which are observed or measured without changing the substance, we call them physical properties, like color, shape, density, melting point. So those are the characteristics which are physical because they don't change the substance. But for the chemical properties, characteristics that describe how the substance reacts and changes into new substance. It means that for the chemical, there is a change of the matter or the substance into another or a new matter or substance. So for example, we have flammability or reactivity. So about the example of those properties, like you can take the paper and cut them or cut it into smaller pieces. So that change, it's a physical because there is no change of the substance. Even they are too small, but they are still paper. But when you burn it, the paper, when you burn paper, it changed into ashes. So it means that the ashes, it is not the paper. It means that there is the change of the paper into ashes. It means that there is a change of the substance into new substance. So that is a chemical properties or reactivity. You know, like when you have hydrogen and oxygen, when they are combined together, they form water. It means that water is not hydrogen, water is not oxygen, but hydrogen and oxygen bonded together to form a new substance called water. Or when sodium combined with chlorine, they form sodium chloride, which is a salt. It means that there is a change. That is a chemical properties. So and also you have the changing state of matter. So these changes, many people they know. So you have the solid changed into gas. When solid matter changed into gas matter, the processes is called sublimation. When a solid becomes gas. And also when a gas changed into solid, we call it deposition. And also when a gas changed into liquid, we call it condensation. So these processes, many people that are using it, like during the alcohol for processes or alcohol fermentation. You can take some liquids and burn them, but when you want to change it into liquids, you can use the pipe, and when that hot gas passing through that pipe and there is a water around that pipe and that water they are cold, it condenses that hot gas that is passing through, or that hot vapor, that water vapor that are passing through that pipe, it condensed by that cold water surrounding that pipe, and that water vapor changed into liquids that are called condensation. And also when liquid is changed to gas, we call it evaporation. Like when you are boiling the water and reaches to the point called the boiling point, that point, the liquid changed to gas. You see, when you are boiling the water, there's when it reaches at a certain temperature, the water starts to change from liquid to gas. And also when liquid changes to solid, we call it freezing. You know, when you were putting some thing which is liquid to the fridge and it becomes solid, we call it freezing. And also when solid became liquid, we call melting. And you know this process used in industry when they are melting the metals, when they want to recycle them or want to change it to another metal or another usable things. They can first melt those metals so that they can use to make other properties. So today we can stop here and we will continue for other terms remain about atoms, about molecules, about compounds. So remember to subscribe. We'll continue for the next videos about atom and molecule. So thank you.